Hey everybody, before we get started, I just want to say I've got a new thing coming out. If you're interested in my other creative projects, check out the link below in the description. And thank you so much for being here. On to the video. Okay, so in the last video, I went over the Living Meat Research documentary. And now tonight, we are going to be going further, deeper, into darker and more repugnant places. Welcome back to our analog horror series where I scare myself because I'm a masochist. From a cooking video to learning how to care for a pet trimming to even watching a poor victim succumb to the mind-bending mimic, we've got a doozy of a video for you tonight. In case you are unaware, Vita Carnis is a terrifying analog horror series about a brand new species of living meat that has begun challenging humans on the food chain since the end of the Second World War. It kind of combines alternate history and found footage elements together in a way that is seriously immersive. And as you know, I am the most stoic human being on the planet, so surviving this should be very easy. Alright, I'm excited to finally be returning to Vita Carnis, or Vita Carnis. I think it's Carnis. I think that's how they pronounce it multiple times in the series itself, so that's just what I'm going to say from now on. I'm really excited because, like, I'm not super familiar with it yet. Like, there's so much more of the series that I have not even scratched the surface of. I've only seen the beginning documentary bit, so I'm stoked. This first video is called Vita Carnis Cook at Home Kitchen. Yeah, it's a little shorter. There's a couple videos that are a little shorter. And then there's one longer one about how to defend yourself against mimics, and I think that's going to be our main course. And the cook at home chicken, and there's a couple other videos are going to be like the build up to the bigger one. So, are you ready to be traumatized? I know I am.
This could be the greatest discovery of the age.
Okay. Or channel surfing.
Information of the whereabouts.
Hold on. Sorry to immediately stop it, but I must know. Production of sensitive material wanted by the CSIS, Vincent. Alberta. It does not say why he's wanted. Interesting. Okay, let's continue.
Be making a dish that has recently gained a fair amount of popularity. Today's dish will be
that looks nasty.
Crawl penne.
A cheesy crawl penne. Oh, this is hilarious.
To start off, these will be the ingredients you will need. 3 cups of penne pasta. Roughly 3 cups worth of fresh crawl. Try to get a variety of sizes when you buy yours, or when you harvest them yourself.
A variety of
1 cup of
sizes.
cheese. Half a cup of green onion. 1 teaspoon of salt. 2 tablespoons of Cajun spice. 2 tablespoons of parsley. 1 tablespoon of dill. 1 tablespoon of garlic. A pinch of pepper. And finally, the most crucial ingredient, Nutrier Company's newly released Flavor Enhancer.
Nutrier Company's newly released Flavor Enhancer to bring out the riches of flavor within each and every meal. Nutrier Company, that has not been mentioned before. I'm also wondering, is the Flavor Enhancer evil? Kind of assuming that it is. To be totally real with you guys, I don't think anytime that this show is going to like bring attention to its own universe with its own thing. I don't think that those things are ever going to be very benevolent. I mean, I guess in the original documentary, there's like 3 monsters that are completely non-violent. They're just a little gross. And then it turns into like nightmarish terrors from another dimension immediately after that. But I love how this is literally just we're channel surfing and then find some random fucking cooking channel. It really... one of my favorite parts about Vita Carnis Vita Carnis has been the world building. I really, really like how like fleshed out and real the integration or like the alternate history element with Earth and Earth's timeline has been, and stuff like this just further brings us into the story. And I'm interested to see if this is going to like take a dark turn or if it's just kind of a one-off video where it's literally just a cook-along. I kind of think that the second that the latter is funnier and more interesting almost. But it might make for a less interesting video for you guys, so maybe we should hope for the former. I don't know. Anyways, I'll shut up. Sorry.
Within each and every meal.
The editing's funny.
First, get a medium-sized pot and fill half of it with water.
This fucking guitar in the background is kind of tripping me out. I like it though. Yeah.
Add a pinch of salt, which is used to help the pot come to a boil faster and help flavor the pasta.
That's true.
Then, set aside to boil. Grab your crawl and a sharp knife. Begin to cut the meat into a rough mince.
Oh, that's nasty. What is that? Is that just like part of the skin, or supposed to be part of the skin, or is that literally just like the bag, and then when we're cutting the bag it came into? Oh, that is nasty. Okay. Doesn't even look like it's cutting it very well. It also looks almost like a vegetable as opposed to meat. Well, kind of.
Crawl is soft on the outside,
Oh, that got louder.
but the interior has a surprising sturdiness.
Okay.
Then, gather the meat and set aside.
Okay. That one wasn't cut very well, but whatever.
Mince
What?
the green onion into rough segments.
You're not gonna wash? This is why you don't trust internet tutorials in anything ever. Why? Why are we cutting the onions on the meat juices? Why are we doing that? I don't understand. It's making me wildly uncomfortable. It's the most disturbing thing about the video so far. I hate that. Oh my god.
Take this mince and set aside as well. Next, grab
What you want to
your
do is
skillet
really,
and preheat with along some oil.
really marinate it in the juices.
Take your minced crawl and spread it evenly across the skillet. Stir occasionally until crisp and brown.
It's so strange looking.
As your water reaches a boil, add your penne and stir occasionally.
Wait. Is that... Is that an effect? You see the lion? Sorry, I don't mean to draw attention to it. It adds to the charm, I think, but that's kind of funny. Am I insane?
Until
What is
soft.
that? Okay, until soft. Unlike me.
At this time, your crawl will be brown and crisp.
At this time, your crawl will have morphed into
Add
ground
your minced
beef
green onion and then the spices.
through the magic of transmutation.
Mix well. Once your pasta is finished cooking, strain it.
I love how strange this cooking space is. It looks like the coloring of the gloves and the clothes and the wall.
Lay your cooked penne evenly into your dish. Then add the crawl topping.
Oh, the song's over. That was my jam. Oh, is it coming back? Hey, it's coming back. Let's go. I'm such an idiot. I need to stop.
Sprinkle a generous amount of cheese along the still warm crawl for it to melt.
Okay.
At this point, finish preparing the dish with your flavor enhancer, but allow your dish to cool to a temperature below 60 degrees Celsius.
A temperature.
Or else the enhancer will not work.
Notice how when we mentioned the enhancer, the music got weird again. Very
And
strange.
now you may serve and enjoy.
Okay. We were like, no more channel surfing for us. Something gonna happen? Loud static. What was that? Hold on, something flashed. Oh! We got new pages! Although the other critters ignored the rest of their fellow kind, instead they secretly visited the slumbering visitor. They snuck what little food they had and carefully fed it to the prince, greatly hastening their recovery. Interesting. The prince is a non-binary king, huh? Okay, is there anything at the end? Vids in the beginning by Martian Chronicles, My 80s TV. More to come. Okay, that's it. That is Cook at Home Kitchen. By far my favorite part is how he just spills like 30% of the water onto the cutting board. Very relatable. Truth, I burn water, so. In the end, I'm speculating that the flavor enhancer is some sort of living thing, like eggs or very small organisms, since the voice specifies us to not have it be in conditions of 60 degrees or higher, so whatever the it is doesn't die. Huh. Interesting. The new Trier flavor enhancer has the same black circle with a triangle in it that we see being worshipped in the full footage video, and there's a strong chance the seasoning could be a cult recruiting tactic. It has the same color as host spores, so it may have mind control properties. I didn't even notice that. Maybe that's just because it's been a while since I've seen the original, but I'm kind of annoyed that I didn't notice that. All right, so the next one is called Guide to Owning a Pet Trimming. I'm excited about this one because I want to have
get pets for companionship.
a pet trimming. True.
They form bonds and grow relationships with these animals, even to the point of them being considered a part of the family.
That is very true.
Most people get dogs or cats, but maybe you want something more interesting. Then you may want to get yourself a trimming. These lumps of meat have grown
What?
a reputation to be a loving companion for
These lumps of meat is crazy. I hate it. Look at him. You know what? No, I don't hate it. Hold on. That is insane looking.
many people in the recent months.
I really like
Although most people may not know the proper
Sorry to keep pausing it, but wow. The production quality on the props, like the mimic from the mimic portion of the original documentary, like the research documentary. This is so cool. The creature design is so like wet and fleshy. I don't know. I really like it.
ways to care for them. Today, we will be showing you how you can care for your pet trimming. Taking care of a trimming is fairly easy, but this is no reason to slack off. They are living things and do require maintenance.
He's so cute.
The first thing to keep in mind when keeping a trimming is the temperature of your home. While trimmings are resilient to both high and low conditions, you want to keep your base temperature near room temp, maybe slightly cooler. That being said, trimmings prefer warmer areas to nest.
You would like to keep your room temperature to about room temp. That should be good. That should really take care of things for
you
you.
may use is a box with some blankets on the inside. Make sure there is
The
enough
trimming's
for
like
your
a cat.
trimming to cover itself. And
Are you a
now,
cat person
have
or a dog
comfy
person?
bed
There
for
is a
your
correct
buddy.
answer.
Next, you want to give your trimming the best diet possible. Trimmings are not picky eaters and will eat anything you give them. To keep your trimming
Was that
healthy and
garbage?
strong, a diet of dry cat or dog food that is high in protein, provided 2 times a day, is best. As a
Aw, it's
treat,
Angelica.
You may give your trimming any scraps of your food. Things like apple cores, banana peels, or eggshells. are a
Banana
perfect
peels.
snack. A thing to remember is trimmings are nocturnal and make plenty of noise.
Oh, that's horrible. That's horrifying.
To prevent you from having sleepless nights, try to give your trimmings first meal in the late morning or afternoon. This helps them be active during these times instead.
Just eating? Or what other activities
Another
are they
thing to
doing?
consider if you want a pet trimming is where they will be living. Your home should have enough space for your trimming to roam around, as well as access to the outdoors, like a backyard. If not, be sure to take your trimmings on
They're so
regular
cool.
walks. This gives your trimming the exercise they need, as well as allowing them to meet other trimmings.
Obviously, they're super
Trimmings
common
are a
then.
social creature and need to interact with others of their kind, like how they do in the wild. When it comes to entertainment, trimmings are not the most active and aren't the best at fetch.
When it comes to activities, trimmings are not the most active. Completely still statue of a creature as a ball just rolls right by him.
Or tug of war. But here are other ways to keep your trimming entertained. Some toys that trimmings like are little items they can push, around, pull, or carry. Trimmings also enjoy things that you enjoy as well, like watching the television or listening to the radio. They love seeing and listening to all the funny things coming from the devices.
He seems to really be enjoying that radio. We need to put the trimmings on. We need to start playing Alex G, Mitski, Elliott Smith. Make the trimmings sad. I think that would be better for humanity in general.
After a long day, your trimming might be dirty and need a wash.
Okay.
To clean them, start your bath with a gentle warm water, mixed with a bit of hand or body wash.
Whoa. Sorry if I
Gently
yawn.
scrub the trimming
It is
feet,
3 o'clock in the
armpits,
morning right
belly,
now.
and neck fold.
The neck
Remember
fold.
to be careful around their face and avoid
Aw.
getting soap in their eyes, nose, and mouth. Gently pat dry with a towel when done.
I want a pet
Now
trimming.
your buddy is all clean.
Aw. Boop the snoot.
And lastly, as said before, trimmings are social creatures, so be sure to give them plenty of affection.
If you don't,
They love receiving pats,
they will hunt
scratches,
you
and pets.
in your
They
sleep
also love to sit with you and cuddle.
and devour you.
Since they communicate with each other in the wild, it is best to replicate this behavior with them as well.
Chopping your body up into
Simply
little
talking
pieces.
to them is plenty enough. You can talk about your day, if anything interesting happened at work, if you are working on any new recipes, or talk about the weather.
It is listening to
Trimmings
you.
are very good listeners and love to be involved.
See? Look at me. The power of clairvoyance. Something I've been gifted with
With
since
all
I
of
was
these in
small.
mind, you are now well equipped to have a trimming become a part of the family. Do things right, and you will have a companion for a long while.
Wow, that is a long time. What's the scratching? Is it someone taking notes? It's me taking... Oh, nope, yep. I knew it. Ah, this one's almost unreadable. Okay. One day, the prince awoke suddenly. Thanks to the critter's assistance, the healing process had something very quickly. I guess finished. He's healed now. The prince had fully recovered, something now fully awake and aware of, and that, yeah, I cannot read anything past that. He looks so evil. There's no other just frame of it. Nope. Damn it. Okay. All right. Cool. I like that one. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Both of those have been very fun. Oh, yeah, obviously. Okay, so in the link below, you got to go check out Darian's channel. Go links to everything in the description. That's always going to be the case with my videos. Whenever I talk about anything, I'm going to put the links to the thing in the description so you can check it out for yourself. I always recommend watching the thing yourself first. Always. Literally, Don't ever watch me do something before you've experienced it on your own in the dark without the safety blanket of me. You coward. You scaredy cat. You think I don't know what you're doing? Why do we have hands? To pat the trimming, hold the trimming, cherish the trimming, forfeit all mortal possessions to the trimming.
I love my little trimming. His name is Potato. One night he just would not stop barking, screaming, yelling, meowing, whatever that sound is. Turns out there was a freaking mimic in my backyard. I think Potato might have saved my life that night. I called the police. It's sad how some people see trimmings as pests, but if you get to know one, they might just surprise you.
I think we're going to need to watch the mimic defense tape to help our friend here. If I'm not mistaken, this is the last one before we get to the main event, learning how to defend ourselves against mimics. I'm very excited for that. It's like a 20-minute video, and I think it's going to be cool. I think I'm excited for it. But first, we have meat snake specimen archived footage. Everything that we've been watching so far feels like world building, fleshing stuff out, fleshing. Haha, you get it? Do you understand that I am the funniest human being on planet Earth? We're fleshing out the world, and we're also, it feels like there's someone taking notes. Like I'm hearing scribbling in the background, sounds like writing. Sounds like there's a character. We're kind of from their POV trying to learn as much as we can about the Carnis. Blue screen. The blue screen of death. What? The unauthorized reproduction, distribution, or viewing of the following footage is strictly prohibited. Nope, go back. Asshole, go back. Thank you. Infringement of these instructions leads to severe penalties enforced by federal law. Discard this tape immediately. So normally these warnings say, illegal reproduction and distribution, piracy is not a victimless crime. But this one literally says viewing the following footage is prohibited. So
in the year of 1945, with the war finally ended, the cleanup process...
Oh God, I'm sorry. Have any of you guys, probably not, if any of you have seen the Von Trier movie, The House That Jack Built, I forget the name of the actor. Damn it, I should know his name. The main guy, throughout a lot of the movie, he's narrating his life, and his voice sounds kind of like this voice that we're listening to here. Let me hear it. Let me listen to it some more. Hold on.
Year of 1945, with the war finally ended.
It does. That's really funny.
Process had started.
Okay. Paying attention. Sorry.
During routine sweep of an underground train tunnel,
what the fuck is that?
The cleanup crew made a grotesque discovery.
I love grotesque discoveries.
Completely filling the tunnel was a meaty wall, and in the center of the mass was an opening with several skulls surrounding it. Closer inspection of the blockage revealed that the mass was actually an extremely engorged meat snake. Its impeccable size had blocked off the entirety of the tunnel's path.
Wow.
There was many strange things with this creature. First was the coloration. A typical meat snake's color is bright reds and light browns. This particular meat snake was a very deep maroon. Another strange thing about it was its behavior. This creature barely moved. Meat snakes are normally sluggish and encumbersome, but the specimen discovered seemed to lack even basic motor functions. Its behavior was that of a plant's, stationary, with only minor movements within.
Genuinely horrifying. Like another thing that makes it more like realistic and immersive is it sets things up. It shows you this world and then creates rules around the monsters in the world, and it says here is how things work, and then immediately deviates from those rules and creates these anomalies that are outside the laws of the world. So you're already kind of given this shock of all of this new information, but you're categorizing it and you're filing it away, and you're like, all right, so this is how this works, this is how this one works, and maybe I can avoid getting eaten by an evil monster if I just do this or do that. Maybe this one won't kill me if I stay away from these types of areas. And then suddenly there's a meat snake that's in a totally different environment, totally different set of rules. All this stuff we don't understand. Just going to show us more how little we really do understand, how little whoever made these tapes understands about anything that is going on. And I just love that. I love that about the series. Anyways, sorry.
One would assume it was dead. The reason the meat snake may act this way may be because it was completely lodged in place and minimized movements to conserve energy. But how would it have gotten this deep into the tunnel in the first place? And by the looks of weathering, it had been in there for quite some time. So how did it get so large? The answer was discovered by a different cleaning crew who found the other end of the tunnel. They followed it until it met with the other end of the meat snake. Alongside it was a huge pile of this meat snake's skin.
That wasn't even that bad. That was like nothing. All that was the noise, and it still got me. All right, hold on. A large pile of corpses, right? That's what was said. There we go. Found it. It was worth it. It was all worth it. Look at that. Okay, it's a pile of corpses and bones and rot and disease and pestilence. Anyways. Okay, we're fine.
This meat
Everything's fine.
Skin also displayed great amounts of resilience.
It's so dark down here.
It took several days of cutting to even obtain a sample.
I just got one
you can see the
bright
clear
light.
difference between this meat snake specimen versus a normal meat snake's membrane. Testing on the sample showed that it had great immunity to damage. It tolerated extreme freezing temperatures, extreme heat temperatures, and even high doses of radiation. It is a wonder how such durability can occur in an organic creature. Another strange phenomenon is the smell off the skin.
Not the phenomenon.
Normally, it would have a sour smell of rotting flesh. But the specimen displayed a rather pleasant smell, like that of cooking scrambled eggs. Meat snake was later
Is it luring
discovered to be
people?
missing by unknown survivors.
No!
Meat snake grew in size was discovered to be
God damn it! Discovered to be what? Tell me! Oh, god damn it. Don't leave me hanging like this. I hate it. Oh my god, finally. It took me freaking forever to find this. But okay. One of the critters built up the courage to meet the now awake stranger. They crawled to the prince. They crawled to the prince's side and extended their hand in friendship. The prince reached back, and together they formed the bond that would change their fate. Interesting. All right. And that was meat snake specimen archived footage, a strange new kind of meat snake that had somehow become engorged and stuck in a tunnel. Maybe not somehow, though. It kind of just seems like it was luring people down. It smelled nice, right? It had a strangely pleasant aroma. Something about it makes it sound like it was kind of just hanging out in a trap for people, and people would come and get, devoured. We should remember that meat snakes are harmless, being strict scavengers, so more than likely those bodies were already there because of World War II. Yeah, I was literally thinking that the time frame that they gave us at the beginning was pretty important, and that would make sense if there were bodies already there. Magnificent, impeccable meat snake! Truly, it was both a grower and a shower. MatPat 2023. All right, my friends, this is it. This is the Mimic Defense instructional tape. Thank you so much for joining me. 21 minutes. Let's get into this behemoth of a video. Emergency alert. There are stampeding giraffes in your area.
As of the time of this video's release, we have been facing a concerning
1986.
increase of missing persons and fatalities on a global scale. The reason for this is because we are under attack. We have discovered that there has been a significant growth of mimic populations, which is threatening public safety. National leaders have released this instruction
Oh,
recording
shit.
to teach you on how to defend yourself.
Let me really quickly say, not in regards to this video in particular, but in general, just because of how often it's been used now. Like, I know this was like 2 years ago, but like since in analog horror in general, in horror games, in just every single element of horror media, we need to stop with the mimic stuff. We need to put the mimic to bed. I know it was an interesting novel idea. It's like scary because it takes over the people that you already know and love, or mimics, objects around you or people around you, whatever. But like it feels like a lot of the analog horrors recently have been doing mimic stuff as like its main big bad or stuff similar to that. And they've been doing it in a lot of games recently. And I, for one, feel like the trope is getting played out. And the fact that it's in everything at a certain point, I start to roll my eyes at it. Again, this was 2 years ago, not specifically referring to this, but still, I digress. Anyways, teach you how to defend yourself. Yes,
Here's what you need
I want to
know
know.
about the threat.
I would love to learn about the threat. Thank you.
Mimics are humanoid, intelligent predators that are highly adaptive and feed solely on human prey.
I love this PSA
Mimics gain
vibe.
information on people by watching their daily lives and pick to hunt people when they are most vulnerable. The most common times a mimic will attack is when you are asleep, out walking alone, or in a cornered position. Mimics are cautious and calculative creatures, taking precautions to ensure a successful hunt. They utilize various tactics to capture a person by surprise. One of the more well-known tactics is hiding itself inside of furniture to blend into its environment.
That's terrifying.
Common objects
Environment.
that mimics can hide inside are sofas, recliners.
I love the art. I love the art. Let's just stop and appreciate the art for a second. It's my favorite part of the series. My favorite part of most of these types of series, actually. But
Wardrobes, ottomans, and other places a mimic can comfortably wait. Mimics are able to contort their body in ways that allow them to fit inside smaller places. They also use it to expand their body, making themselves appear larger for intimidation. Another method mimics use to blend in is their ability to put on and wear clothing. Mimics put on layers of shirts, pants, and jackets to hide their bright red skin and blend into densely populated areas. In very rare cases, mimics can develop and grow to look very similar to human beings.
oh, that's
Pairing this with
terrible.
clothing, it can be very hard to tell the difference between a mimic and a person right away. If you are unsure if a person is a mimic, look out for key features that may
Ooh.
reveal their true form. Look for abnormal facial features, like large, bulbous eyes, flat noses, wide mouths and an uncanny smile, and clammy skin. Also pay attention
Kinda like a
to other
Lovecraftian
exposed
concept,
body
feels
parts
like.
hands.
Oh yeah,
Mimic
that's not
people
human.
will have long fingers with no fingernails.
Very distinctly not human there.
If you are unable to see their face or hands, watch their walking pattern. Mimics' legs are long and hunched. Their walking will be unusual and irregular. Here is what you do if you are met with a mimic. If it stands before you, do not panic.
Okay.
Stand your ground and try to appear larger.
Okay. Larger.
Wave your hands and make plenty of noise. Maintain eye contact. A mimic will hesitate to attack a potential threat. If you are armed with a weapon, aim for the head or legs.
Huh. I thought.
These are
Wait,
the
I thought
best
firearms
areas to
didn't
hit
work
to
against it.
immobilize the threat. Fight back and don't let it get a hold on you. If you find a mimic that hasn't discovered you yet, stay out of sight. Call the authorities and alert them of your location.
If this thing does
Stay
the
where you are to avoid startling the mimic.
3D audio thing again,
If the
I'm
mimic
going
gives
to
chase, run.
throw
Try to
myself
get
off a
somewhere out of
balcony.
sight and hide. Do not leave the area. Officials will need to locate you to help. Stay low and stay quiet. With the information you have learned, use it well, and stay safe.
Okay. All right, we know what to do now. We know how to defend ourselves against mimics. We know the basics of mimic defense. I feel very... Okay, we're taking out a tape. Possibly putting in another tape. The blue screen of death again. Evidence tape, Christopher and Janice, case 1983. At the beginning, we saw the thing that said 1986, right? Possibly? I might be misremembering, but observe footage for confidential information. Completed, discard, and destroy all copies of this tape immediately. Well, they didn't do that now, did they? They uploaded it to freaking YouTube. Like the geniuses they are. I love cognito hazards. This live action?
Got it. Let's see. Yep, it's working.
Hey, can we get a move on?
1 sec. Yeah.
It is live action.
Okay.
Wow.
I thought you only had 30 minutes of tape on that.
I know, but just gotta see how it works. Like,
Yeah, well,
I never got to
don't
use
have
one
all
of these.
night.
It's too bad. You were the only person who could film with me, so
Too bad.
put up with it.
Put up with it.
Screw you.
Screw you.
Screw you.
Screw you. Oh, okay. Okay.
Still way too dark. 1 sec.
For a second, I was about to
There
say
we
he's
go.
being kind of an asshole, but I guess. Why was the face censored? I wonder.
Oh, there we go. You got some light now. But look at that over there. You can't see anything unless I like point directly over there. Like,
Wow.
nope, can't see nothing.
This is very much giving found footage,
Yeah, this light.
Blair Witch.
Fine, I'll cook you stuff when we get home. Don't worry.
I'm hungry.
Too bad.
Too bad. Like a mafia boss. Well, that's too bad. It's so stupid. Sorry. You have to put up with me. Too bad. Why did we choose to record this though? Isn't that wasting the footage in your camera or the tape in your camera if it uses tape? The 80s probably used tape, I would imagine. Okay, I think we're getting overgrown now.
Wait. Ah, shit. Right, but it still turns off and on randomly for some reason. Like, it's the best thing I can get my hands on, though.
Oh, it turns on and off randomly. Aha. I see. My friends, this is what we call serendipity. But anyways, I don't know. What do I know?
That they would give me. It works, though. I just gotta watch.
This is gnarly.
There it goes
It's
again.
my fault this guy lives in a fucking dump. We're almost there. We just gotta get through the woods.
I really like the Blair Witch style found footage thing we're doing here.
Hopefully there are lights up there. Like, people still live there, right? Can't be that bad.
Pretty dark for
The
me.
dialogue's pretty natural too.
But
Well,
there's
kind
one
of.
Guy. I don't know why. Like, why would they get rid of everything?
Okay, well, kind of. A lot of tension.
Dogs barking are never a good sign.
Dogs barking are never a good sign.
This thing can't capture it.
I need to stop being a silly Billy. Let me lock in. Here we go.
Barely capture the ground in front of me.
Damn, his camera really is not working.
Well, supposedly they found some guy.
Supposedly.
It was like a grody scene. Like, it was disgusting. Like they had to get rid of the trailer he was in, and like they didn't let anyone nearby, and it was like this big conspiracy. So I'm filming that. hopefully I get a good mark for it.
A big conspiracy, huh?
There we go, we're getting close.
Very spooky. It is going on for quite a while, though, the walking in the brush. I think I'm doing my best not to be silly. I want to be immersed. Wait, there we go.
Oh, bush. Careful.
Might be because I'm running on no sleep. Haha, no sleep. r/no sleep. I should make a video just reading creepypastas. Isn't that kind of what Creepcast does, though? Regardless, I still should. It might be fun.
You know where we're going?
Yeah, we're almost there. We're on the road.
We're almost
right
there.
Next to it.
That's good to know.
Like,
I
it's
second.
literally up there.
Okay.
I second her
Come on. It's not too late yet.
assertion that we should be there.
Hungry.
Said that already.
Yeah? I'm still hungry.
Soon, okay? We're almost there. It'll be like 5 minutes. 5 minutes, okay?
5 minutes. All right, I'll hold you to that.
We're almost there. We just got past the tree line and make the way to the trailer park. Then we can go home. Okay?
Okay.
I don't want to be out here either. It's a weird place.
I take back what I said about the dialogue a little bit.
You go ahead. You can't see a thing.
To be clear, I still really like this. This is still fun.
Just up here. There should be a path. Right there. Yeah, right here.
What are we looking at? So they're in tall grass. They keep going. Okay, we're on a path now. We went from the sidewalk to the bushes, to the road, to the bushes, to a path in the forest. Then potentially more bushes. I love doing this in real life. I love going on walks at night and like listening to music. I feel like my neighbors are probably either think I'm a crazy person or they think I'm a cryptid skulking around the neighborhood at night with my rather large frame. I like how much tension there is when everything's like gone quiet now. Like it feels like anything could happen. I need to shut up, actually. Think they're getting out of this alive? Lock your answers in down below in the comment. I don't, to be honest with you.
This way. I think this way.
Bro, why don't you know where we're
Yo,
going?
look at this. I didn't see this on my way over here last time.
Ooh.
It's cool. Like we could get a shot of this in like atmosphere, you know?
That car looks like it's been there for a long time. Was he implying that the car was part of the accident that he was talking about earlier? It'd be weird if they had moved into if it took as long as it did because they like got lost in another place almost where time is different. I doubt that's what's going on, but it would be cool with the old car. Anyways.
Hold till. One sec. Let me get a good lighting on that.
Let's get some good lighting on it.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's cool.
I mean, it is cool. I gotta give him that. It is cool.
Stuff here as well. Anyways,
Up at the trees. It's good to remember to look up sometimes.
We're on the flat part now.
We're on the flat part now, guys.
Yeah, we're close. Trailer should be right up ahead.
I'm excited. And nervous. But you guys know me, I've never been scared of anything in my life.
This is where everyone was. There's no one here now, though. Not a single building in sight. Except, like, way over there.
Yeah, they're totally not where they're supposed to be, somehow.
There's no one here.
No building, no people, and it's taking longer than they thought it would. Why hasn't the other character spoken in a while?
This is the spot. Right here. Yeah. This thing. Okay. So you take the camera and the light. Point at me, but don't point at my eyes, please. Make sure. How do I look? Like a barf bag.
All right, guys. You take the camera and you take the light. Don't point it in my eyes, though, please. Congratulations, not shining it in my eyes. I'm really proud of you. This is perfect. This is exactly what I meant.
Like a barf bag.
Bro looks like a barf bag.
All right, give me a second. And we do a little read.
What is he reading?
Year 1980, teenage boy was coming home from the trailer one late night. Although, when he arrived at home, he found a grisly scene.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Teenage boy was coming home from the trailer one late night.
A teenage boy was coming. Okay, it's really, really quiet. And I'm just gonna, each line he says, I'm gonna try to repeat it, I guess.
Year 1980, teenage boy was coming home from the trailer
A teenage boy was coming home from his trailer late at night. Although when he arrived at home, he found a grisly scene. His father, who he came home to, was found dead. A grisly scene lies before him, and the police were called. They came to investigate. Strangely, though, they immediately closed off everything. Strangely, the police, when coming upon an active crime scene, closed off everything. That's such a weird decision by them. I've never heard of the police doing something like that before.
No one was allowed near, but only a few witnesses saw what truly happened there.
No one was allowed near, and only a few witnesses saw what truly happened there.
For some reason, the police were acting very weird, trying to keep everyone away and telling little information.
For some reason, the police were acting very weird, trying to keep everyone away and giving as little information as possible. I kind of feel like that's their MO a little bit, no? Am I wrong? Am I crazy?
And when the information was released to the public, they say it was a suicide.
When information was released to the public, they said it was a suicide.
Although, the trailer and most people living nearby moved away pretty much immediately.
Although the trailer and most people living nearby all moved away immediately after.
Police say it was a suicide, but the witnesses that did catch an eye of what happened say the scene was much too grisly to be that.
He repeats himself here, but he says again, the police said it was a suicide, but the witnesses said that it was much too grisly for it to have been a suicide. Notice he's used the word grisly 5 times now. I mean, maybe not exactly 5. I'm trying to exaggerate, but it was probably 4, which makes my exaggeration not feel like an exaggeration, so my bad.
But police haven't come out about anything yet.
but the police haven't come out with any other information yet.
That's why I'm here to answer what truly happened.
And that's why I'm here to answer what truly happened.
And that's it for now.
And that's it for now.
Way too much.
Yeah.
You said grizzly way too much.
Too much?
Yeah.
Okay, should I retry?
Sure.
Okay.
Pause.
That one turned out alright, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that they didn't show it again.
Catch that?
Oh.
30 minutes to film, and yet you screwed.
Oh shit, now I'm not so glad that they didn't show it. What the hell? That's the worst. Oh, that's the worst. That is literally the worst thing that can happen when you're recording something. As someone who's had so many different technical issues with all of my equipment, and when I used to work on a laptop, when I got my first computer, my grandmother gave me her old work computer that she had been using for like a decade already. And it ran very poorly and just had very bad specifications, obviously. And I tried to run an editor on there when I was first starting YouTube, and it wouldn't work. Like, I couldn't have more than 2 tabs open, if I'm remembering correctly, or else it started to get very noticeably slow, and having the editor run just wouldn't work. And anyways, I remember multiple times having a video that I was trying to edit, and it would take hours and hours and hours, and then the software would just completely crash, and it was the worst, and it wouldn't let me save stuff. It was very strange. And yeah, so as someone who has seen people think they were recording, but actually they had stopped the recording, this is hilarious and also horrible.
I needed someone to film. Alright. No hard feelings, okay?
No hard feelings, though.
It's pretty scary out here. I know. I understand. Yeah, because back there was the perfect time for a serial killer to just jump out.
Oh, shut up, dude.
Cut it out. It's enough as is. Chris?
That was the perfect time for a serial killer to jump out. Oh, and now he's gone. Shit. Okay. Oh, dear.
Chris! Come on! This isn't
Where'd he
funny.
go? Where did he go?
Chris! I just want to go home, come on!
Should not have said what he
Fine.
said.
I guess I'm going home without you. I'm cold, tired, and hungry. If you want to stay out here and play games, you can.
Valid. It cuts over to him playing Five Nights at Freddy's or something. Daniel Profeta plays FNAF one time and then references it in the very next video. Okay, I'm getting nervous. Hell yeah, this is exciting. Adrenaline addict! That's me. The tension is so good. Jump out at us. Now. Now. Now? 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 Possibly now, at this moment in time? Possibly never. We're never getting jumped out at. This is the dark night of the soul. All my hope is lost.
Chris? What are you doing? Chris, this isn't funny.
Oh shit! Oh. Run. Or actually make yourself appear bigger, wave your hands in the air, and yell. Sorry, the instructional tape came out after. Was that her? I thought I heard her breathing while that was happening. Was that the thing trying to mimic her behind her? It was also mostly in one ear. Glad they didn't think to stop the recording. Oh, they made it back home really fast. Okay. There's no way. It's coming in. It's coming in. Yep. Shit. 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 Oh, God. Oh, God. That was terrible. That was amazing. That was fantastic. That ending made it all worth it. Yes, no, give me that. Give me the paper. There we go. Okay, the critters led the prince out of the cave, up to the top of the hill the prince had laid buried under, and showed them the forest. This is our home, full of wonder and beauty. Although the forest struggles to provide for all of us critters, and we are facing disaster. Can you help us? Interesting. I wonder if it's going to be a kind of an allegory for something much more grisly, or if it literally is like fairy tale type thing. I'm not sure. But holy shit, that was really cool. That was really cool. I will say, I wish there had been, I don't know. It was a lot, for a 20-minute video, it felt like more than 2/3 of it was just a light shining around on grass. And I guess, it is low budget. The video could have been shorter, potentially. I still liked it. I still enjoyed it. I like found footage stuff. It reminded me of like VHS or something like that. Just like the combination of the long, drawn out, just kind of walking sequence started to kind of give me a bit of a headache with the way the light was shining around. And then in tandem with the dialogue, I can't really tell if it was the dialogue or if it was more the dialogue delivery. But I feel like this one could have probably been improved by a couple different factors, but the payoff was worth it. So it really doesn't matter. That ending was insane, and I enjoyed the whole thing. If I had to make any sort of criticism, that would be it. Let's give that one a like. And also 1.9 million people have watched this, so what do I know, right? That's amazing. Yeah, if you're out exploring a mimic infected area in a forest at night with only 2 people, I kind of think it's your fault if you die. Well, they didn't know. That's kind of a big part of it, is they did not know. Oh, this one's pretty me-coded. The mimic, entering my home, greeted with a romantic candlelit dinner and a bottle of expensive wine. All right. Well, that is all the time we have for this evening. Thank you so much for joining me. We are Legion. See you in the next transmission. Let me know if there's any other analog horror that I'm not aware of that I should be aware of down below in the comments. And goodbye.